before we laugh our asses off and fall off of our chairs and do all kinds of crazy stuff, we need to probably start this stinking silly recording of crazy people the 1st of December, right?
Right? Who knew?
It is the 1st of December.
We gotta laugh. Oh my goodness.
I didn't say you gotta laugh. I said that we will laugh because I know you two. I'm just saying.
Vickie, not Vickie and I.
Hello.
Hello.
Blaming me for everything.
Hello, people. If you're wondering who these other faces are, I have
know.
Vickie of Messy Table Studio. And Cindy, are you still using your other handle?
My Artsy Endeavors, yeah.
Okay.
Kind
And
of,
Cindy
maybe.
of Artsy Endeavors are both here with me today, and they are members of Art Joy Sharing. So I thought we ought to share today.
Oh, mercy. I'll share my coffee.
I'll share my bills. Anybody want some? Let me know. I'll send them
We ought to share today.
What else can we share?
So anyway, I started thinking this morning, oh my gosh, yesterday I was at the VA for most of the day, and I started thinking about, oh crap, I haven't recorded anything for the 1st. So what's new?
So you're inflicting us on the public.
So no, I posted something in the group. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before about, what are people doing this December, and what's got you motivated and what's going on. So, Vickie, what are you doing this December?
Sitting in the recliner watching other people craft.
But that's good because it kind of motivates us, right?
Well,
what? What are you talking about?
We're trying to get motivated.
Yeah, it's not working.
Cindy, what are you doing this December?
Oh, what am I doing? A lot of sleeping.
We are so excited.
Well, it is a hibernation month, right?
And that's really honestly what I feel like doing is hibernating. I was telling Vickie a couple days ago, I'm like, I am just so tired. So last night I said to my husband, I'm sitting there trying to keep my eyes open, watching a program. And I said, all right, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Normally I go in and read for a couple hours. Yeah. I didn't even pick up the book. I slept 10 and a half hours last night.
This is how brain down I am. I don't have visions of sugar plum fairies. They're dead.
Yeah. Well, I've just been pulling things out. I've just been pulling things out.
Oh, you're way too festive. This is way too early for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can't.
In preparation for the big day.
I'm happy that other people are happy at Christmas, but I'm status quo.
See, Christmas for me changed when my boys grew up, and
yes, we did a lot of stuff when the kids were little. We went and saw lights, and we decorated, and 7,000 presents on the tree. Yeah, the 2 of us, and I'm like, I asked Hub,
yeah,
you want to decorate and put the stuff up? And he's like,
no.
And I said, well, just do a little bit. No.
Well, we normally have a big fat Christmas tree.
I've seen your tree. It's beautiful.
Not no more. We're down to a little 4-foot tree. That has miniature ornaments.
Okay, so you need to put that little 4-foot tree in that mobile home and take a trip.
There we go. That's a good idea.
It's holiday season. It's time to be festive. I mean, there's so much out in the world to go see. I was thinking about, what do I want to go see this month? Because there's a lot of activity. There's lights to see. There's, Christmas tree viewing things. And
there's a couple mile Christmas light show down here in Myrtle Beach. Mm-hmm. And I've been thinking about calling up a couple friends and saying, hey, let's go out to dinner and then go see these lights just for something to do.
Well, don't you guys do the boat thing too?
We used to. I mean, we've been down to see it, but that was actually last weekend. But,
okay.
And that's actually kind of pretty. Basically what happens is a whole bunch of guys with their boats decorate like crazy on those boats,
Yep.
and then they do a parade down through the waterway.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing in Norfolk, where we used to live,
Mhm.
downtown Norfolk, the waterway, and they would
Yeah.
have the boat parade. We went either 1 or 2 times, and it was really beautiful, but I hated the traffic. You have to park in the park garage, and then you got to walk down to the waterfront. And I told Q, and I said, I can watch it on TV.
See, where
Yeah.
we are, we ended up having to, there was like this old construction site that had all old cement crap, dumped in it. And that's where we went and sat to watch it. Because if you don't own a house on the waterway, there's nowhere really to go to just
Yeah.
sit and
Well,
watch it. So
here in Texas, there's a city called Grapevine, and they do a big production in their downtown area, a certain part of downtown, the old historic downtown. It's a big deal, and it's decorated to the nines. And I looked at my husband last night. I said, "Hun, I need to get in the car and go somewhere and look at Christmas lights." And he looked at me like I had lost my mind. He reminded me that Dallas was playing yesterday, and we would not be able
Oh, yeah.
to drive around.
what a shame. Might have to miss that.
They
Okay.
won. So
So I gotta ask you,
yes,
do you guys keep a calendar for the year?
I do.
I used to do a daily personal journal, but no, I don't keep a calendar.
I do.
Are you doing one for next year?
Yes. Yep. I'm thinking about what kind of cover. I don't want to do the same type of stuff I did in this one because it's very bulky, because I got my sprocket and I started putting photos in it, and so it kind of made it look funky. But yeah, ever since I took a class with Andrea Shibalou,
Yeah.
on how to make a calendar book. I did one last year, a file folder, and it wasn't large enough. So this year I did this, and it's too large. So I'm still looking for the happy medium. But yeah, I'm going to do another book. Got to add that to my list of things to do this week.
Now that you're talking about it, Peg, I did purchase this.
Yeah.
It's a yearly calendar. It starts actually today.
Yeah.
And I was talking with Vickie one day about what she does in her daily calendar, because her and I have pretty much similar lives, called recliners and couches.
Hello. Do you know who you're talking to here?
I like how we send pictures of each other's feet sitting in the recliner.
Well, I can't, sat on the couch, sat in my art room, sat on the couch, sat in my art room. I can't see doing that. So anyways, I was talking to Vickie about it, and she's like, well, one thing I do is when I'm in my art room, I take pictures of what I did that day.
Yep.
And I keep them throughout the year. And I said, that's a really good idea.
That's awesome idea.
Yeah, because there's times I come in here and I'll just putter around with something.
I love that.
That's what I was talking about, is I use that sprocket as documentation that I actually got out of the recliner and accomplished something.
Oh my God, I'm gonna so steal that.
Well,
Because
that's a great idea.
When I wrote my Christmas letter this year, or Thanksgiving, or whatever kind of letter I wrote, and I will try to post that in AJOS, because you guys are all my friends too. But I went back to. She's got something going on there.
Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay. I went back to my calendar. This was my calendar, and I did this for a couple of years, and I'm looking for an insert that will, because I love the zip around binder, so I can just throw this in a bag.
You're looking for a replacement stuff for the inside?
I'm looking for a replacement that'll go inside of this binder.
Yeah.
And if anybody has any suggestions, please let me know, because I kind of cobbled one together for this year's, because this is actually what I used this year.
Take pictures with your sprocket?
What?
Good idea.
I know you take pictures with your sprocket. Why do you not put them in your calendar?
But I don't take pictures of my artwork to go in my calendar.
Why not?
Yes, I have.
That's what we're trying to figure out, Vickie. I don't either.
I have, look, here is January of last year. Do I take pictures with my sprocket? Yes, I do. Because January of last year, we were in Florida, and I had Ron And so I was taking all kinds of family photos and stuff. But
Well, you know that painting that you showed us the other day? Why not take a picture of that and say, this is finished on such and such a date, or
this is what I worked on today.
Yeah. I don't understand why you don't document all of it, because you paint, I fiddle.
well,
I'm a
I'm
fiddler.
saying I am stealing that for next year because I have not done that.
Same here.
I
I'm
got
gonna
the
steal
idea
it
from
too.
somebody else, so and I don't remember where it came from, but I have to give you one caveat. It is not cheap taking a picture every day with that sprocket. Those things are 59 cents a piece, a picture.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do it, buy them in bulk.
Well, but I did when we were traveling, and I think I've got like 100 to use.
Oh, I buy 100 at a time, so maybe I should up my game.
So I've got stuff that is just sitting there that's doing nothing for me that could be in my thing.
But
my first picture for my book.
Oh dear God!
Take a picture of us for the book.
That's really pitiful. That is so pitiful.
No, it's not. I mean, this is what we did today, right? This is what we did. I mean,
this is going to be about it too.
I want the photo of your feet in the recliner every day.
Okay, you got one.
So anyway, I did not. I struggled doing the calendar.
I did not.
You guys struggle with that?
No, I've got
because you have a plan.
The first year I did it, I struggled with content. I didn't know what to put in there. It's like, I painted, I made something. And so I'm like, this is really stupid, because my space was very limited. It had to be like a couple little scribbles. Yep. But then I saw other people that had a whole page, and I'm like, hello, why didn't I not think of this? So each one of those is, I guess, a computer sheet cut in half. No, each, I don't remember. Yeah, this is just computer paper in here. I didn't invest a whole lot in this. As you can see from the cover, whoops, there we go. It's my old Olfa mat.
Yeah, yeah.
I spared no expense.
Well, Vickie, when I was looking, I was remembering, oops, and I was thinking about how I was going to do it. Because again, every day, no.
I do it every day.
This goes from a Monday to a Sunday. So I thought, I'd have plenty of, place to write and plenty of place for pictures. So I'm not going to do a daily thing, because that's just not going to make any sense.
I didn't take a photo. Like, we were on vacation for a week in November, and I did not, the time that we were gone, I have nothing. I didn't take any photos. It's a lot of stuff. Let's word this way. It's a lot of stuff like this where I just write.
Yeah.
I did nothing today.
Well, see, that's what I was doing in my personal journal.
Let me show you guys something, because I had a one that had a format for everything. Like, here's the whole month laid out.
Yeah.
Which way am I going? Here's the whole month laid out. Yep. And so I can do a daily on this and just put a little note in there about stuff, appointments, whatever. But then I also had weekly plan in there, so, I could do a weekly plan. And then,
where did you get the zipper book? Can you get the inserts again from the same
No, place? I didn't. I couldn't get it. This was a home edit one that I got at Target.
Oh, they don't have the pages.
And here? I looked at home edit last year trying to get the replacement, and they didn't have a replacement. So I bought a different one and stuck it in here. But now I'm looking for a planner that does this, because I really liked having the option of doing those things. And then here's a week plan. And you want to know what it says? My lazy week.
My lazy week? Is that what you said?
Sometimes quitting is self-care. I'm not Superwoman. Let things go. Pick what's important. Be kind of recovery. Allow me to take time and breaks for myself. So that's what this week was for me.
That makes sense.
I don't put aspirational, or mine's mostly like ordered this from Amazon, got it, made it, here's the photo sort of stuff. I don't put my personal feelings about a lot of stuff that goes in there other than it's just, this is my craft diary. It's not personal, like I hate this person today or I love myself. It's not that kind of thing for me. I don't enjoy doing that kind of thing. That's just not who I am.
But
It's just a craft diary.
But I understand where Peg's coming from, because when you live in the chronic pain world, you know, there are those weeks that you can't do that kind of stuff. So what she did is fabulous. And, you know, I got thinking about it, Peg, too. As much canning as we do, why are we not documenting that?
Well, and
The
see,
photos.
that's what I want mine to be, is my life,
Yeah.
not just my art. So
Yeah.
like on the end of the month, here's my end of April, and I've got a list of stuff. So it was paint kitchen, new counter, new backsplash, mulch yard, make greenhouse,
But
get soil for planter, talk to friends, lunch out with retirees, play pool, run to BA, be mindful of limits, paint fence, taxes. I mean,
But
these
you
are
didn't
all
photo.
things that tell me I really was busy in April, whether I felt like I was accomplishing anything or not.
True, and that's what my craft this calendar is for, is to remind myself, oh, I feel like I did nothing all weekend, and I flipped through it and went, oh, I did do something.
Yeah.
And see,
It was
that's something
small, but I
I've got
did
to
it.
get back into. I used to do it with my personal journals. I used to, you know, do all the writing and the photos and all that. And for some reason, I've kind of stayed away from that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
That's a
I
lifelong thing for
really,
you.
It's
you know,
really strange for me.
without the calendar, I really was feeling more worthless and like I wasn't accomplishing things, and that,
Yep,
you know, but when you document that and you see, my
and you're
God,
back.
woman, how did you find time to do all of that?
See, and the thing is that if you had taken pictures with your sprocket, put in there, repainted this, did that, but to me, that's an affirmation that I did accomplish something other than
Yeah.
my words. I
Yeah.
have photo proof I did it.
Well, and it, you know, I used the sprocket for photos of the family and stuff, but I was not using it for other purposes. I should have been doing the garden. I should have
Yep.
been doing the canning.
I
I
don't
should have
believe you
been doing
gardened.
my art.
I don't believe you gardened or canned. I have no proof. I have no
Well,
photos. I have to see photos.
See, that's just it. It's funny because I take pictures as I'm canning.
mhm.
Whoops. But what do I do with them? They're stuck in my photos.
I don't know why you guys
So
don't
it's
think.
like,
Listen, I got the idea of the sprocket from you guys.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like the gardening and stuff, I was doing the stickers for the gardening. I was just doing stuff like this that
Mhm,
was stickers for the
Yeah, but
gardening.
but that's not your gardening.
But it's not my garden, and I
No.
really need to document my garden so that I have an idea where the successes are, what the timing is.
Take pictures of failures also to reaffirm you should not do that again.
I think this would be a fabulous project for people to do next year in AJOS,
Mhm.
because there are a lot of people, and again, I'm sorry, I'm going to go there, but with chronic pain issues, and one of the issues is feeling like you've done nothing, feeling like you don't have a worth, like you don't, what's your purpose? And this is a great project for anybody to realize that, yeah, you do have a worth, you do have a purpose, even if it's, you know, you got on here, I made dinner tonight, or I made lunch today, whatever.
Yeah.
At least
I
you're
got up for
showing-
15 minutes between sitting on the hot pad, you know, it's like,
right, just something that will show that it's worth your time and your life, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I
Well,
got
because
the idea from you guys, and then I saw somebody else who had when Barbara Clark came on to do a video for AJOS, she was talking about that lady that does the stuff, and I tried to emulate that, and I
and I
couldn't.
need to put a link to that Barbara Clark stuff in there, because she had some great ideas about how to organize your whole.
I tried, but my brain does not work like that. I
Well,
started out that way, and then it
but
kind of
there are
downhill.
portions of it that rang true with me. Like I was in my calendar, I was starting to put those quotes that meant something to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't.
So if you've got a concise diary or document that has all of that stuff in it, you can go to it. Like when I sat down to write that poem for my year end, I pulled that out to look at what was I doing, and
Mm-hmm.
how do I want to convey that to other people. But without that, would I have been able to write that? Probably not.
You know what my favorite quote is every month? Cindy,
Huh.
it's payday.
That's a good one too. I like it.
I put some good
Every
ones
payday,
in
she
here.
goes, when do we get paid? I went, here's the date, Cindy. We get paid the same day. And every month she goes, when's payday? Today.
I I was flipping back, as I was looking at the months, I was flipping back through here, and I was finding some really good quotes, and I was thinking, I need to put some of those onto my journal page because, some of my journals when I do the painting and stuff, I really like to have a quote on them. And they were inspiring me. They were saying, put me on a page. So I need to go back and look for some of these.
I don't have anything like that. That's a good idea, though. Mine's strictly cut and dry. There's nothing exciting about my journal other than my calendar, other than I can see that I've made progress on the days that I'm thinking, I didn't really accomplish anything this week. And then I go back and look at the week and I'm like, well, maybe I did better. I did good, but next week maybe I can do better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if it's just something simple like good enough,
Yep.
Yeah.
good enough.
The more we talk about this, the more I don't think this book is going to work because
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
number one, it's too skinny.
Well,
fat at the end of the year.
Okay, but look at the bones of that, Cindy.
Yeah.
You can rebind it and you can add extra pages for the other things that you need in between those.
Which I would have to.
What did you just say Cindy could do?
Rebind.
Vickie!
No, I knew that was coming. No.
I'm sending it to you. Can you
Okay,
put it back
so
like in a week or so?
What was I looking at the other day? Those ring clips.
Yeah. But I was just thinking about that, and just with us talking, okay, here's the things that could be done in this type of a journal if we do this in AJOS next year. We can do quotes, pictures, thoughts, art, travel, family. I mean, any of our habits, or I'm not habits, that's not a good word. Hobbies. Like our
whatever is important to you. Whatever you need to be remembering.
So I told you that I don't do personal stuff in here. I have the this way. I have the die for this right here. Where,
I love that one.
There.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have a doctor's appointment, I slip the card in here. I don't really write it in the stuff. I just put it there, and it holds. And if the stinking sprocket, some days it prints off doubles. So I just put the doubles in here.
I'm writing all this stuff down.
I just took a picture of that because I'm stealing that one too.
Oh, and then there's this one.
I don't think I have that die.
I did start out. Oh, I hate this thing. I did start out with the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It had the Brad and stuff on it. And see if you see there, the tip, there's an extra photo in there. But it got too bulky. And then when I went to write on the other side, there was that bump where the Brad was.
Yep.
So I went back through the whole month and ripped all the Brads out. I will not use this idea again. It's too bulky and it leaves bumpy marks in your paper. So I don't like that idea. I prefer the other one better where I can just slide it in there. Mm-hmm. It's not bulky. It doesn't cause any problems when you write on it. I've learned a lot doing this. And I think I've gotten away from what Andrea Shibalou had in her class. Well, here's an example. The sprocket printed off one picture too many. So I put it in the book. And then if I have extra pictures, I put extra pictures. The thing is that I did brown craft cardstock to separate each month from the other. So, like this.
Mhm.
That's a
And that made
great
it bulk.
idea.
And that also added bulk to the book. But the photos are the ones that have added the most bulk to the book. And it's the bulk is at the bottom, not the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
Because when you put your photos in,
That's where you put your photos. Okay.
yep. And so I'm learning. I'm learning.
You got to spread those suckers out.
Yep. I made them small. I've started cutting them in the shape of the item. Like I rounded off my corners.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I started cutting them smaller than what the actual photo is. Yes, it weighs some, but I think it adds less bulk to my book if I make them a little smaller.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm experimenting.
Well, as you guys experiment, and if you decide to go this way for next year, put something in the group about, this is what you're thinking about trying, or, so that we all get some good suggestions about what we're doing. I am on the lookout for an insert for my book because I really like that zip around, but I don't know if I'm going to find it, and so I may end up building something.
That's what I'm thinking about. It would be nice if for the group, if we could find something that's relatively inexpensive that would go month by month, that even if you just purchase 12 of them and you have them and then bind them.
Okay. The only thing you need to do is take a piece of cardstock and some notebook paper or some computer paper, fold it in half and call it a day.
There we go.
You don't have to make it complicated because I made my own traveler's journals when I stole the idea from Michael's. And that was my day-to-day thing in there, is that stuff was just folded in half. I rounded off the corners. I did 3 whole pamphlet stitch in the middle. I'm done. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be complicated.
It depends on how people work. I know that zip around binder works for me because I can just throw it in my bag. It's not going to get all the corners gnarly.
Oh, I don't take mine out of the house.
Well, see, I do. So it depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
And I don't know that one size fits all.
No, it wouldn't. But it'd be nice to give options.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've got this book. Some people may find this book perfect.
Can you list that book someplace, Cindy? Do you know where you got that from, or is it an Amazon thing, or
no? I think I got it at either Books A Million or Barnes and Noble. One of the
Okay. Well, people can be on the hunt, and if anybody watching this finds something that they think is really awesome, please put it in the stuff below, because we are all on the hunt for what is going to work for us.
Yeah, I like that idea. Another thing is I used composition notebooks, and what are they? $1?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe $1.25 in the dollar store.
Well, yeah, they've gone up in price.
And they have.
But when I did,
dollar store,
I did a lot of personal journaling with those, and what I did is I just glued 2 pages together, and I'll tell you, it worked fine. So I mean, that's another option that is relatively inexpensive that somebody may be able to work with.
Well, and you don't even have to go out.
3-ring binder is another one.
You can take any kind of magazine or book or whatever and just gesso and make a page, so you don't necessarily have to go out and buy anything. No. I want what I want. So it's up to you to do what's right for you.
I didn't buy anything. I had all this stuff on hand and my goal was to not buy anything. So this was free, and I got to practice Coptic on a large scale, which.
Now, Vickie, would you do that same style again this next year?
Yeah, I'm going to, except for I'm going to not put my photos at the bottom of the page. I'm not doing it with this Olfa thing. And the mistake I made was it's sharp on the edges, so I get poked every time I use it. I don't like that. So I don't think I'll use a hardcover like this, although this has been very good because it's taken a lot of abuse.
That is one of those cutting mads cut down, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't see all the crap.
So do you have one of those corner chompers that you could chomp the corner off?
Yeah, and if you look, I don't like doing this camera thing. If you look at the
Oh,
corner,
there
I
you go. Yeah.
drew it out to round it off and never did it.
Well, or even
Everything else in here is rounded off.
standing block, or
Yeah, but everything else in here has rounded corners except this.
You know what I would love to see when we put this video out? I would love to see anybody that's interested in doing this, which I think it's a fabulous idea to keep basically track of your own life. I would love to see ideas, just people putting on, I don't care if you put on pictures or a short video and say, hey, this is my idea. What do you think of this? Because it would help everybody in the entire channel to say, oh, that might work for me.
Yeah, because I'm looking for a different cover this year. I don't want to use a file folder. I don't like that idea anymore. I can see that there's so many downfalls for me. There's not enough room for my stuff, and I have big handwriting, so I need bigger pages. So that's why I did this.
What about an old book, the cover and the back?
Yeah. I'm afraid that, well, I could probably take the front and back off and then still Coptic anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, you could do that.
I think I gave all my books away.
Okay.
Thrift store.
New topic.
Okay.
I think we
one of the
that
things
one.
that I have tried to do in the past is like a book review, like talk about and use some things out of books. Like I pulled this one out because I was thinking about doing some Christmas cards for the kids and I wanted something kind of fun. And this is all about pop-ups and slides and things. So, do you guys enjoy that sort of thing? Would you like to see that sort of thing?
I made when I actually accomplished something, I made those little tiny pop-up boxes where it lays flat in a regular A2 envelope. I made those for Mother's Day one year. I couldn't afford a dozen roses for all the lovely women in my life, so I made a dozen roses in a pop-up box.
But what I want to know is, do you like book review things?
No, because I don't go out and buy a bunch of books anymore because I found that they sit on the shelf. I have to dust them off and I never look at them.
So you like more of the ideas that come from the books rather than
yes, I don't want to buy the book.
Okay.
See, so I enjoy knowing when I was doing book reviews a while back on my YouTube channel, I really enjoyed working in the books and showing the progress of the different techniques that the books showed. I enjoyed that. Okay, so we're going to put this video out there. We need a poll. Do you enjoy the book reviews? Do you want to see the book reviews?
You're right, a poll.
I like that people do book reviews, but I don't go buy the book.
Which you don't have to.
Buy the book.
Which you don't have to, but there are books that I've thought about buying that I've seen people review and I'm like, yeah, that's not for me.
Well, I bought books that people reviewed and then I never go back and look at them again. They sit on the shelf. So I'm not, I see that I'm not that book sort of person. Right. For me, my reference library is Pinterest.
Right. See, I enjoy my books and I love going through my books and finding different techniques and different ideas or even just looking at them. Sometimes when I get out some of my art journaling books, it just gives me inspiration to try something different.
I like books, but the problem is we lived in the same place for 23 years and I had a wall in my hallway that was converted to a bookshelf. I had 300 cookbooks. I purged because I never used them.
Do you use those reference books like the ones that you got for bookbinding?
No.
You're not using them?
Nope. I don't.
Okay. What would get you to use them?
What would it take for me to use them?
Yeah.
No electricity.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if we put out a challenge, once a month, let's get out one of our books and let's make a project from it.
Oh, you're killing me.
You could do it, right?
Oh,
Well,
no.
but it wouldn't have to be a book. It could be something from Pinterest. It could be something that
True.
you saw on another channel.
Yeah, but the point was doing the books as a reference.
Yeah, because we have a lot of books. I mean, I have
Well,
a couple
I
shelves.
have books. Cindy has books. You
Mhm.
have Pinterest. I mean, there are, I think a challenge is a good idea based on something that you saw someplace so that
Mhm.
it's different, so that you get all of this input from a lot of different people because
Mhm.
not everybody has the same interest.
True.
No, but and we all learn different ways too. The thing is I'm a visual person. That's why I don't sew. I hate reading patterns. And reading instructions from a book is almost as painful for me. I want to see someone physically doing it, and then I get it. I'm not a reader. I'm not a. It's not that I'm not a book person. I love books, but I love to see them sit on my shelf and then I dust them
Well,
off.
I'm with you. I mean, I accumulate a lot of that stuff.
Mhm.
And you only have so much space in your life for
That's
anything.
why I don't do it anymore.
And
I
I'm
don't
an
have.
old lady, so let me tell you, I've accumulated a lot of crap.
I did till we moved. Till we moved from Virginia to Texas, I had hundreds of books, and I decided that all they did was collect dust. And I loved the fact that I had a book, but I realized I don't use them. So
Yeah,
I haven't ordered any books in a long time now.
yeah.
I just don't do it. You know what
Well,
books I really liked? Were the books so I can rip the pages out and cut the stuff out that's a sticker or something. Those
yeah.
sticker books from Amazon. Yeah, I would order something like that because I could tear it up and use it instead of dusting it off.
Right.
But then
Right.
the downside to that is I store all the images and I forget where I put them. So, so it
Well,
doesn't
but
really matter.
So
the
basically,
books that I bought in this last year are all gardening and canning related because I was into that.
mhm.
So it wasn't art books, it was different
So,
stuff.
so
Okay.
because I was a professional chef, the books that I decided to keep when I purged my books were the soup Bible, cake Bible, the basic thing you build on. Those are the kind of books that I kept. I didn't keep fusion cooking. I didn't keep like how to make something look pretty because those things were already in the foundation books. I don't need any more cookbooks. I have the
Okay.
foundation in which to build on. I just don't keep that stuff anymore. And I have less than 50 cookbooks, 75 cookbooks now from
So,
Okay,
300.
so
so basically, what we could do the challenge on is to make a project from whatever source you want, whether it be books, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, etc. If you see a friend make something and you decide you want to make it in a different style, it would be cool to see what other people get for inspiration to use to create a project.
Okay, so I got notification. I belong to the Handmade Book Club.
Hmm.
I don't go every week when they have their things because sometimes I'm thinking I'm wasting my money until I see later on the project. I'm like, oh, I really ought to pay attention. But they had one yesterday
Hmm.
and
where
that
it
was
was,
free for all.
yeah, that was a free one. The little tiny book
Was
where
it?
you can do the accordion stuff and glue it on a piece of leather or whatever you want, and it's got a place for photos in it. Now that's a nice Christmas present, but maybe somebody would want to do that as their project. You just go to YouTube and it's free, doesn't cost anything.
And
Some
you know
people
what?
are visual learners. I'm a visual learner.
That's another way too. If you want to do a yearly thing through just pictures,
Yeah.
Yep.
learn how to make that book and then, put your monthly pictures in one of those little books.
Well,
I
I was
mean,
I thought about making an accordion book for each month had enough accordion for 30 days. And I thought, oh
right.
my God, that thing would be like this thick.
Kind
I
of
don't
like my
Oh,
book
yeah,
again.
yeah.
I don't think that's going to work if you put a picture in it every day.
A little bit of like large Marge. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, large Marge with a weight problem.
She's
Okay.
got one,
So
trust me.
so we're getting ideas on this now
Oh, we're
because
changing
December
subjects.
December December has a lot of stuff going on, right?
Oh, monthlies.
A lot of stuff going on. One of the things that goes on in December is
Carve December.
Yep.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, are you guys participating in any of the month-long stuff that's going on?
I do 2 monthlies every year, and I find them painful because committing to something every day in the busiest month of the year is really a challenge. I do the monthly 31 day Christmas book. I've done it for 4 years in a row now. I don't know how I've done that. And then I used to do Carve December every year, but I've gotten away from doing it. But I did decide a couple days ago that I think I'm going to give it a shot this year. I think I need to have my head examined, but I am going to try. I might not make it. I don't know. I used to do, what is that? CAD,
iCat.
yes, iCAD and all that. And I'm like, the only thing I'm committed to is staying married and getting a paycheck.
Well,
I don't,
we used to have these month-long things in AJOS, and by the end of the month, Shell and I were just dragging our asses.
I think it scrambles your brain.
But if people really want to do that and they really want to participate, I will try to put something like that together. But or just if you're involved in something like that, post what you're doing.
Yeah.
Something I used to do every month, not every month, every year, was to make homemade Christmas cards. I got away from it, but I saw some ideas on Pinterest that were stupid easy to do. If they're not easy, I'm not doing it because I don't have time. So I did manage to paint 12 Christmas trees, 15, something like that, and put it on my cards. I don't like my card base. I got to try a different color, but they were really easy to do. I mean, I don't paint. I'm not a painter, but that was
those types of things are super easy. I intended to do some of those this week, just for certain people. I'm not hand painting everything for everybody, but
that way.
My 92-year-old cousin really enjoys getting that kind of stuff in the mail. So I will do that for her, but not everybody needs that.
I did it for everybody.
One of the things that I did a couple of years ago was I got that Advent ink kit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing a journal where I was painting with those different inks that were in that Advent. And I really enjoyed doing this type of thing. I don't think I'm going to go out and buy those inks again, but I have those inks, and I could do more paintings with those on a daily basis. So that would be something that I could do on a daily basis.
I think, what's her name from Utah? Shelly Studio. Margelle did a video, I don't know if it was last year or year before last, where she made Christmas trees. And then I think she photocopied some of them and glued. I thought, well, what is wrong with us? Why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? I don't. This is really dumb. I painted these, and I'm thinking, I am so stupid. Why didn't I scan them and then add a little embellishment to it and call it a day?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was hand painted. It's just a photo of the hand painted.
But you can still do that, right?
Yeah.
You haven't mailed them out yet.
Nope. They may never see the mail through it. I'm going.
Well, and I did that. Like I did, what was the name? One of those printing companies. When we were in Florida, I was trying to put something together for a holiday. And so I took some of my art, I took some of the family photos, and I put it all on one of those postcard type things and had them printed out so that I could send out greetings.
Yeah. Huh.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I'll never follow through.
One of the things, I'm not a huge monthly challenge as far as Carve December. Yes, I've done it a couple times.
Yeah, but you had really cool stuff you made, though. I mean,
right, but that's not that doesn't get me excited. What gets me excited is myself doing videos of pick 10s, pick and choose, crazy eights, whatever it may be, and seeing what everybody else creates from it. I enjoy that. I
I have
really
never
enjoy
done
it.
those.
Huh?
Well, and
I don't enjoy doing
why
I do. I love
that's
them.
why we were doing a lot of those challenges, to have other people join in and do those challenges. And one of the things that we found was they were not posting
Yeah.
after we would do those challenges. So it's like, well, is anybody even interested in this? I don't
Well,
know.
in the beginning, like 8 years ago, oh my gosh, I started out with Mike Deacon doing the things that he was doing.
Inspirations.
Yes, and I found I did not enjoy it, and I quit. I was like, you know what? This is not my thing.
Right.
I don't
But
know what
that's
my
not,
thing is, but it's not my thing.
but you're not an art journaler.
No, I'm not.
I am.
I'm
I
a builder.
love, matter of fact, I've been craving it big time lately because I've been working on other things, but
Yeah,
I
you're
am
right.
craving my paint and paper.
You
So
know, I had a
Well,
cleaning
and
yesterday.
that was the whole pick a stick thing. How many years did we do
I
that?
love,
7 or 8 years we did pick a stick.
I never did any of it.
I
Sorry.
love doing that.
There's no
But
need.
but I
I'm a
think,
ma- I'm like Shannon. I'm a maker. I'm not a painter. I'm not a journaler. I want to make stuff.
and there's
Once I
nothing wrong
make
with
it,
that.
yeah, but once I make it, I'm like, okay, I'm running out of room here. What do I do with this stuff?
Mhm.
Uh, so my walls are full of stuff I made, and I'm like, well, that's nice, but what do I do with it?
So I
Yeah.
think one of the questions is, um, what can we do that get people to post?
Post what?
Yeah,
What?
post. Post
To
what you're
inspire
doing.
us. I need inspiration, guys.
Well, okay, so I made a comment to Peg earlier that I enjoy doing these because we bounce ideas off of each other.
Mhm.
And then when we're done, I'm like, oh, I might finish my Christmas cards this year. I don't know, but I might. And, we've all talked about this. This is up my alley, and I enjoy hearing what everybody else does with it. Maybe I will adopt somebody else's idea. But this for me is like looking at Pinterest.
Yeah.
Because this gets me excited again about doing something besides always staying in my box, although I enjoy my box, but sometimes you gotta venture out into something else.
Yeah,
And
thanks,
doing these
Vickie.
things, remember when we used to bounce ideas, everybody bought a pen and we were all excited about the pens, and everybody bought the pens, and we critiqued them like, oh, this one sucks, or
Mhm.
this is a great pen, and we would go out and buy stuff. We don't do that anymore.
No, we
Well,
don't.
which is why, even things like doing the carved December, we would do that stuff daily, or we did the black, white, and tan
Yes,
journals,
that was
or
fun.
we would inspire each other
Yep,
to do that. And
I miss that.
part of what Vickie was saying this morning is maybe we need to be more personal and have more of these one-on-one type of things like we're doing right now,
Mhm.
instead of just posting something in the group. Maybe
Right.
we need to, and even if you don't have an overhead video cam or something like that, I can always do a video with somebody and post it in the group for you, because most people have a camera on their computer,
Mhm.
just like this,
Mhm.
and they can talk to me and I can interview them and whatever, and we can get some of that stuff going. I really enjoy having the two of you here this morning, because I just kind of threw it out there and said, hey, I haven't done anything this month. You wanted to come join me?
What are you doing?
You know what her motivation was? Is getting us out of the recliner.
No, Vickie and I are like, well, I'm hanging on the couch with my coffee. Vickie's like, I'm in the recliner with my coffee. Peg's like, come do an interview. Okay.
Yeah. And, I was sitting there with a cup of coffee, with my heating pad, with my cup of pills, and I'm saying, oh my God, I got to do something.
So here we are, Vickie.
Yeah, ever since the time change, I feel like I have lost momentum. We went on vacation, and that killed it. An interruption of my flow makes it hard for me to recover. It's
Yep.
not it's not an illness thing, it's a mental thing. It's
Mhm.
my I don't know what it is. It's not that I lack inspiration.
It's your vacation mode.
Yes, and I've continued on since we got back.
I've been on vacation mode all fall. First I went to St. Louis. Then, before that, I went to Mineral Point. I went to St. Louis. I went to Florida twice. It's like I've been on vacation mode a lot this year.
I was gone a little over a week, and I knew when we went, I need to stop what I was doing, and I would pick it up when I got back.
Nope. I've been on vacation mode for about a year now.
Extended vacation.
I did a bunch of traveling back and forth to New York, but I just
what inspires you when you get to that point where you're looking at your craft room going, you know what? I really don't want to be in here today, and I don't know why I'm in here.
Do you know how many times I do that? I'll come in, I'll look around, I'm like, nah.
And you know what I do then? Which is what I did yesterday. I organized a cart.
I clean.
Mm-hmm.
I'll clean, or I'll go out and do a puzzle on my table, or just something different, because I don't know.
I find it hard to recover. And like I said, it's not a lack of inspiration specifically, because I got things I need to get done.
Yeah.
But it's just momentum. It's like getting back into that mindset again. Now, because I have a little business, I need to keep moving forward. I don't have time to screw around, because I want to get stuff done and in the mail and gone.
Well, that's another question for the people that watch this video. What do they do to get motivated?
Does this motivate people?
Huh?
Does this motivate people? Listen to other people going, I don't feel motivated.
I don't know. Or is it us talking about things that gets people motivated? To be honest with you, right now, I'd like to clear my desk of everything that's on it and get out my paper and paint. Dang it. But again, like Vickie, I got things to do.
Yeah.
But if my heart's not there, am I going to do it to the best of my ability? No. So what do I do?
Well, okay. So we were talking about doing monthlies.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've been doing this, the monthly Christmas book.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's putting in Christmas cards that I get from people and then filling it with miscellaneous stuff. This helps me be creative in December when I'm not quite feeling it. I force myself to do it. And it may not be perfect or up to snuff all the time, but I did it.
I know that not just Christmas stuff, but I know that Cindy keeps lots of different journals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that it doesn't always have to be wonderful or perfect, but just getting that paint on the page is important. I showed you my little calendar journal. It is not perfect. It is anything but it's from the heart. It's who I am and what I was doing.
Let me go I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab one of my personal journals so you can see what I did with it.
She is more motivated than I am. I don't want to do personal stuff.
Yeah. And I'm not going to keep this thing going forever. I will put some stuff in the group with some poll type of things, because we need to figure out what we're doing next year with the group. And I really would like to head in a direction that makes everybody participate and be happy. And,
the thing that excites me is seeing other people's faces. You put a face with the name, you get to know them a little more on a personal level. It's not anonymous. Like there are some names that are in HOS. I've never seen their faces. I've only seen their art.
Mm-hmm.
Or their hands.
Yes. And I might like to
but not everybody wants to put their face on the screen either.
No, I'm not particularly excited about putting my face out here.
Yeah.
But if it helps somebody else, I'm good with that. I mean,
Yeah.
So this is a journal that I actually was going to start last year. And then, like I said, I've been on vacation for a year. It was explorations of me. And I decided instead of starting another journal, I was just going to continue with this one. So what I did, I've got a lot of journaling in here, but I also keep tickets. There's the lottery tickets. There's plane tickets. This is when I went to Louisiana. You know, I do pictures, but I also do art in here. Let me show you that. Like sometimes I'll get bored and I just decide to do a page of art. And it's not anything exciting. It's just
Yeah, but it's not exciting to you, but it might be exciting to other people.
true.
Yeah, flip back to a couple pages. I saw something in there. I'm thinking, oh, that might look good in my art.
What's
journal.
that?
You laid it sideways, and there was something you flipped up. Go a little further back. No, go.
Okay, hang on. This is old journaling from another journal that I decided.
Yeah, right there. On the white side of the page. Do those flip up? Oh, yeah. Look at that.
These are plane tickets. And
Yeah, but
then
it doesn't
there's
matter.
vouchers.
Yeah, but it's the fact they flip up. It's something besides page after page.
Yeah. And I did this because we went to casinos down in, I don't know where we are. Mississippi. Okay. And then here's a couple Powerball tickets that I didn't win crap on, so I thought they'd be great in the journal. You know, this is, whoop.
Oh, look, photos.
Hold on. See, this stuff, this is when one of my trips up to New York that I haven't done anything with yet. Here's a hospital bracelet from a surgery. Bunt cakes, a couple business cards. This is Gilbert Lake State Park. So what I will do is like this Gilbert Lake State Park, I might just take the front picture and cut it out and stick it in my journal and then talk about what I was doing there and why I was there.
That's basically the same thing as my art journal. It's kind of the same thing, except for mine's all about art because I don't travel.
Well, and there again, if you got something that's too big, take a photo of it and put it on the page.
Yeah.
Because we all know we've got our phones and whatever, you know.
This one here is just like a napkin from the French Quarter down in New Orleans. That's my father-in-law, passed away. Sometimes I do a lot of writing and but I don't just write a page. I always have to have some kind of sticker or design or something on the page. This is just a picture I saw in a magazine that I really liked.
Okay, Cindy, show them the edges of your pages.
All my edges are washi taped.
Yeah. I like the way it looks. I will not do that, but I do like the way it looks. I don't have that much washi tape.
Let me just give you another idea. Let's see. This is just this was actually one that I did for Expressions of Me, or Explorations of Me.
Yeah.
I just left it in there. No big deal. And, you know, here's a birthday card I got that I want to stick in here. I just haven't done it yet. You know, just different things like this is what I put in this journal. And here's what I start with. It's just empty pages.
But the washi tape on every page, front and back, is really cool.
But, you know, you can end up with this.
Yeah.
But I love the idea because there's more stuff now that actually I'll keep this in here so I can do more into it.
Why don't you use that same concept for a monthly art calendar?
I think I may, but I think I may actually continue it as a personal journal / art journal because I like to keep all this stuff together. This type of journaling I've done for a long time. I actually have smash books that are full of this kind of stuff.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah, actually, I'll show you one. There's one right here. I know you want to stop this in a second, Peg. Hold on.
I haven't made.
Yeah, well, the peanut gallery is calling, so I need to wrap it up, and we're right at just about an hour. So, you know, I don't want this to go on forever.
A smash journal.
Yeah.
This one was more writing.
Okay, so just for my benefit, what's a smash journal?
It's the actual name of a journal. This was an old art supply stuff that came out. I mean,
smash anything in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And this was back from 2012.
Whoa, that's old.
So, I mean, I've been doing this type of journaling for a long time.
You're a journaler.
Yeah, I'm a journaler.
I'm still wandering around trying to find my place. I think I'm a calendar.
You're a maker.
You're a maker.
I
You are
like
a maker.
stuff,
I mean,
but the
look
calendar
at look at
thing
all
is
the stuff that we've done that is not journaling. I mean, last year we got into molding stuff and shrink plastic and,
oh,
we did all kinds of crap.
that was fun. I like that shrinky dink thing. That was
So, it doesn't have to be about a journal. It doesn't have to be about, you're making stuff to sell. It doesn't have to be about, it just has to be about art and sharing in
Creating.
the community. And, that's who we are. We are Art Joy is sharing community.
Creating and inspiring.
share more often.
So anyway, I really want to thank you guys for, volunteering and
Wait,
jumping
volunteering?
in here.
What did you say? Volunteering?
You did. You volunteered this morning. I didn't have to twist your arm or anything.
Okay.
I didn't. I really didn't.
What?
And I didn't promise to send him any goodies in the mail either. So,
Oh,
I don't know.
You
wait.
didn't?
I got a message earlier. It says
Oh,
something
stop.
about
Where's my box? I haven't had a box in a long time.
All right. So anyway, I will be hoping to see lots of things this December as we progress and we work on all of these different things that we're doing, to keep the flow going, right?
In my journals.
except for one small little thing. I don't think we should wait till December to do this.
This is December.
Well, I know. I'm just saying that if I want to get stuff for people made, I got to start in August because
Oh, okay.
move that fast.
It's a little late for that, Vickie. Did anybody point that out?
I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm crocheting. I'm knitting like 3 Afghans at the same time. But it's too hot in the summer here to do that. So
Yeah.
the only time it hits me to want to do that is when it gets cold. But the rest of the stuff, paper and stuff could be done in August. The downside is if you don't have a box of Christmas stuff stored up or a drawer of Christmas miscellaneous stuff, it makes it difficult to start it in July or August when you actually have time to do it.
Yeah.
So then
Yes.
that might be a little hint for everybody. If they want to do stuff earlier in the year, they need to get that little box of Christmas stuff together or that little box of Thanksgiving stuff or Halloween, whatever it may be.
Yeah. A lot of people do Christmas in July,
Maybe that should be a theme for the month of July this next year.
I don't know. I need to hear from you. All you people out there, you know who you are. I need to hear from you. And, I will try to get some polls and things posted. I will try to get some links up in the group for things that we talked about here. And I want to thank you too for sharing with me this morning and with the group. I appreciate you so much. And we
You're
will
more
see
than
you
welcome.
all down the road.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.